Fallout 4 is a game.
Giving the love tonight.
The question I pose is simple. Is it possible to finish Fallout 4 without opening the Pip-Boy? You need the Pip-Boy to open 2 vault doors. Oh, it just warps me up there? That's weird. But do you need to use it elsewhere? Without a Pip-Boy, you can't level up, use new weapons, equip armor, or do drugs.
Fucking cow!
I searched on YouTube and found that Mitten Squad had made a video asking the same question. In that video, a cone is used to clip through the vault door to avoid picking up your Pip-Boy, then later using your Pip-Boy's arm to level up, use new weapons, equip armor, and do drugs. But for me, I've been speedrunning Fallout 4 exclusively glitchless for coming up on 5 years, and I'm not going to start using glitches now. So I set out to see how far I could get without using my Pip-Boy in a glitchless speedrun. The rules on speedrun.com are as follows. No glitches allowed, and that's basically it. These are the allowed and banned techniques. I set up my timer, loaded up the game, and dove in head first. I don't even have Chatterino open! I don't have Streamlabs open. Let's go. In the pre-war introduction, we set our special stats to 10 endurance and 10 agility for minimum action point drain and maximum action point recovery. We dumped the rest of our points into charisma because we'll be buying plenty of 10mm ammo and fusion cores. The world ends, our child is stolen, our wife is murdered, no one cares. We emerge from the cryopod, beat some rad roaches using the security baton which automatically binds itself to the 3 key, collect some ammo for our 10mm pistol which automatically binds itself to the 4 key, and take our wife's wedding ring to sell later. Leaving the vault, we stop by Sanctuary to put a point into intelligence using the special book, and scrapping and collecting materials so we can upgrade our gun at Red Rocket. For grip, fuck it. Also at Red Rocket, we pick up dog meat as our shield, and collect the fusion core from the mole rat den. Making our way into Concord, we murder everyone outside for their ammo and guns while ignoring Preston Garvey altogether. At this point we level up and you might notice something. The game says hold tab to open perk chart. When you hold tab or whichever button your Pip-Boy is bound to, the game throws you directly into the perk chart without animations of opening up your Pip-Boy. When you close the perk chart, there's no animation either. Does this count as using your Pip-Boy if you choose to level up? I asked these 12 Fallout speedrunners and 9 of them agreed that using this method to level up is not using your Pip-Boy. So for the sake of this challenge, we can only level up when the screen says hold tab to open perk chart. If you try using that method when the prompt is not on your screen, then nothing will happen. This also means if you're somewhere like a settlement that you own, the perk chart prompt will not show up because of the workshop prompt, so we have very cautious leveling at very specific times. I put my first 2 levels into solar power to give us +2 endurance and action boy which boosts our action point refresh speed. After leveling and looting, we run into the Museum of Freedom strictly to loot the fusion core and we leave the Minutemen to their fate. We go into the church next door and hop along the rooftops to get the minigun and power armor. We will be using the power armor for most of the run because of its damage resistance and its protection from radiation. The minigun will be auto-equipped and in your hand until you either sell it or use one of your other hotkeys. Either way, we murder the 2 chem pushers outside of Drumlin Diner and we sell our heaviest items to buy more 10mm ammo. We're going to need a lot of 10mm ammo. We run south picking up small bits of loot to sell later, and when we reach the ghoul fight at Cambridge Station, we want to trigger the quest to update and then return at a later point. We keep running directly south to Diamond City, where we leave our power armor to return for later, and make our way to Good Neighbor to barter with Daisy and Cleo. We head into Park Street Station, where we kill almost every single triggerman so we can farm their ammo and guns. Then we use our Pip-Boy to open up a vault door.
Oh, working out there? That's weird.
Park Street is pretty much straightforward. Kill the enemies, take their loot, talk to Nick, kill the enemies, take their loot. After exiting Park Street and talking to Nick, we run back to Diamond City. Entering Diamond City, we loot Mayor McDonough for Kellogg's house key, which we'll need in a few minutes. At this point in the run, I've put 1 point into intelligence and 1 point into gun nut, so by the time I get to a workbench, I can upgrade my gun further. I also take this time to repair my power armor if needed. We go to Nick's office, tell them about our son, then walk over to Kellogg's house. After looting everything we can, we talk to Valentine and have him become our companion. We let Dogmeat sniff Kellogg's cigar, and then we run back to Cambridge to help the Brotherhood of Steel. By the time we return, most waves of ghouls should be defeated, and when we're finished, we talk to Paladin Dance to complete the fire support quest, and then immediately start the call to arms quest. We can loot the police station for stim packs and things to sell later. We head west to ArcJet Systems, murder a bunch of synths, and join the Brotherhood.
Ce serait un honneur de rejoindre la confrérie.
From here, we run to Fort Hagen, where we very stealthily and quietly make our way through the hallways full of synths. We murder Kellogg, remove his brain, and then we're on our way back to Diamond City. After talking to Piper and Nick in Diamond City, we head back to the police station so we can fly up to the Pridwin. On the Pridwin, we meet Dance's boss, Dance's boss's boss, and all the other crewmates. We steal a few fusion cores, buy more 10mm ammo, and talk to Elder Maxon to start the quest Show No Mercy. In this quest, we get to use a mounted minigun to take down a behemoth, as well as a handful of regular mutants roaming outside of Fort Strong. Inside Fort Strong, we take down even more super mutants, and then it's time to head back to Good Neighbor. After watching the Unskippable Memory Den cutscene, it's time to head to the Glowing Sea. We use power armor here because there is no way to use Rad-X or Radaway without opening the Pip-Boy. If we were to run this without armor, we would die of radiation poisoning before we got back to Diamond City. We repair our armor if we need to, and then run directly to Virgil's cave in the bottom left corner of the map. Avoiding all puddles and deathclaws, we finally make it to Virgil's. He tells us he can help us get inside the Institute, but first we need to kill a cursor. We run all the way back out of the Glowing Sea, stopping to pick up a high-powered magnet in Diamond City if we don't already have one, then head to Green Tech Genetics. Green Tech is straightforward. Run past every enemy, heal when we need to, and avoid the missile launcher when we're doing the fancy parkour. Oh my god, first try. Dude, first fucking try. When we reach the Corsair, we make sure to use a liberal amount of bullets, as he will heal and use a stealth boy when possible. Once he's dead, we're free to take his cursor chip and jump off the building. We make our way to the Old North Church to kill the railroad leaders and their Assaultron. The Brotherhood is going to send us here to do it anyway, so we're killing 2 birds, technically 5 birds, with 1 stone. We use the PC and Tinker Tom's handy machine to decode the cursor chip. After running all the way back to Virgil, he gives us the plans we need, and we bring these plans to Elder Maxon. He sends us to talk to Proctor Ingram, who sends us to build the signal interceptor. We get our Bob the Builder on and somehow build this massive machine all by ourselves. What am I doing? Idiot. I'm an idiot. That's what. Before we leave, Maxon tells us we need to find Dr. Lee inside of the Institute and convince her to return. We finally step into the signal interceptor. Ingram talks for a whole minute, and then we're in. She talks for so long. Literally a whole minute she talks. We use this holotape to scan the network, and after listening to a spooky voiceover, we get to ride 2 elevators. At the end of this hallway, we talk to the synth version of our son and talk to the real version of our son. We tell them we want to help and then run away to find Dr. Lee. When we find her, we have to pass 3 speech checks, all escalating in difficulty, with only 4 charisma. After quick saving and quick loading a bunch, we convince her to join the Brotherhood again. We kill her assistant to become enemies with the Institute, and then take another elevator ride back to the teleporter to get ejected. After running all the way back to the Pridwin, we talk to Maxon, we talk to Ingram, we talk to Dr. Lee, talk to Ingram again, and then build some stuff using the high-powered magnet we bought earlier. After building, Ingram tells us that we need to return to the Glowing Sea to find nukes for Liberty Prime. We run to the edge of the Glowing Sea to talk to Scribe Halen, who sends us south to find an old facility full of ghouls. At the end of this dungeon lies a child of Adam with his Assaultron Enforcer. Kill both of them and use the computer to open the blast doors. Place your tracker with the nukes and then run all the way back to the Pridwin again. When we arrive, Maxon tells us that Dance is actually a synth and that we have to murder him. We shake down Halen to find out where he is and run north to kill him in cold blood. Back at the Pridwin, Maxon gives us Dance's armor and we talk to Captain Kels about murdering the railroad. We accept this quest, run back to the railroad, blast open the doors, and run back to tell them they're all dead. He congratulates us and sends us to talk to Proctor Ingram again. Ingram says we need a power source called the beryllium agitator for Liberty Prime, and we can only find it in mass fusion. After putting on Dance's power armor, we board the vertibird with Ingram to head on over. After collecting an ID card and password, we jump off of the building and head inside. We use our keycard on this elevator to get into the basement. Then we steal the beryllium agitator, which causes the security system to activate its defenses. Armed only with our 10mm pistol, we take down a sentry bot, a protectron, 2 assaultrons, and then another protectron. When the security lockdown ends, we are free to take the elevator back up to the lobby and leave mass fusion. When we arrive back at the airport, Ingram will already be waiting there for us. At this point, it's the moment of truth. Ingram tells us to insert the agitator into Liberty Prime. Once we do that and press the big red button, it's time to follow Liberty Prime to the Institute. We don't actually have to follow him though. If we run ahead, he'll teleport to us eventually. We arrive back at the CIT ruins and murder a whole bunch of synths while Liberty Prime takes his sweet time finding out where we are. He eventually makes us an entrance and we jump inside. Maxon gives us a bomb and we run through the bowels of the Institute. After murdering a whole bunch of synths, we plant our bomb, get teleported to the control room, we take our synth son with us and tell Ingram it's time to go home.
Téléportez-nous hors d'ici.
Désolé, aîné.
Faites tout sauter.
Je l'aurais bien fait, mais... Ah non.
Absolument. Faites-nous sortir de...
Bien reçu. Quand le
Ok.
On dirait que il prétend être le fils du paladin.
Back on the top of mass fusion, we activate the detonator, destroying the Institute. Come on. I originally thought you could only complete the game with these rules by using the Brotherhood of Steel, but I was proven wrong by retired speedrunner Milky Way Squid. You can complete the game with the Minutemen if you have the Contraptions DLC installed. In the quest Old Guns, you are required to throw an artillery grenade. We can't equip this grenade normally, so we can make this pitching machine that will send the grenade where it needs to go. Shout out to YouTuber WeirdistBuilds for finding this strategy 5 years ago. The times between the Minutemen and Brotherhood ending are scary close. But that's all I have for this video. Okay, so I'm gonna freestyle for a bit. Most of this video was recorded in November of 2021. That's when all the footage was recorded, besides some of the stuff in the intro. I made that, the first 42 seconds of this video have been completed since November of 2021, and so many, I've shown it to so many people. I'm so proud. My first script draft was 11/18/21. Let's see, and I started downloading all the sound effects earlier than that. But it's just been a long road since then. I didn't want to make the video for the longest time, and I finally recently got the push to make it. It is what it is. It is what it is. I've never scripted a video before, and this was a lot of fun. My name is Joey. Thank you so much for watching if you watched, and if you didn't, then you don't hear me, so have a good night.